situation do look bleak, especially for Ouhon. At the same time, we're still toyed with the feeling that he may survive. I mean, if we go by history, then I'm pretty sure he would survive. But I was really hoping Shin would be the one to slay Gyuyun, not the other way around. All I know is that Ouhon was the first man to actually land a solid hurt on Gyuyun, which quite frankly pisses me off a little bit. But hey, it is what it is, isn't it? And if I sound different, yes, I do think I have a cold. I don't know why, it's just something that sits here. But enough about that. This is the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer, and this is Kingdom Chapter 586. Kanyu was prepared to sacrifice himself, and even though he barely managed to block one thrust, as you all know, surprisingly, Ouhon do not really find any of his subordinates expendable. In the end, I guess we could say that Ouhon cannot become his father, because his father considered every single one of his men expendable, because that's just how ruthless his strategy really is. But Ouhon, for some reason, do not, which I find, again, very strange, especially for someone who was such a spoiled prince as him. But uh, I guess that's just how he wants to distinguish himself from his father. But either way, having attacked Goyun in order to prevent him from finishing off Kanju, he is unfortunately back into the Raigoku. But of course, despite barely being able to block Goyun's attack and having lost sensation in his arms, he says that he is going to bring down Goyun right now while guard his sides. Of course, the Goyun unit do think that that is impossible. And Ouhon just rationalized it by saying that since the Earl's chief fell from his spear, then there shouldn't be any reason he can't defeat Goyun. Well, he both have a point and not a point in that. He has a point because these are old legends. They need to die if they are going to win this war. So they will just have to defeat them right there and there. But what I mean but he doesn't have a point is the fact that Earl She technically was a Death Seeker. I do not know why he just simply didn't kill himself, but I think it was because the promise he had made to the only woman he ever loved, his adopted sister, was that he would come back safely from journeys. So in the end, maybe he just wanted to die in battle and not kill himself. So in a way, while he was never really openly made himself die, he didn't really openly guard himself too. Goyon is a little bit different. Goyon fights for survival in order to win this war, as well as to honor his late master. Although it's worth noting that even he felt troubled of the fact that he had to live by orders of his late master, so maybe it's not so impossible after all. So Ouhon concentrates his Dragon Talon attack to do one single wound attack on Goyon, and that is targeting his right arm, which would cripple Goyon's strength. But even though, despite having pierced that arm, Goyon still knocks Ouhon on the ground, as it seems that this is the one who actually managed to pull the unit back is Kanju, who screams to everyone to take the young master out, and he's not going to meet his end here. Of course, the Gyuyun unit arrogantly believe it is so, but Kanyu just proclaims that the right wing is not gonna die, because they still have the Hishin unit. And it's worth noting, as soon as he mentions that, the Ouhon is giving a movement that he is, well, alive. So now what I'm trying to say is, now what? I guess that is Ouhon's final moments. The fact that I guess that goes with the story that Ouhon was defeated, but I'm still pretty pissed off by that. Don't get me wrong, I don't like Ouhon. It's just the fact that this is putting a despair trend into Quinn's army's plan, and everything that they have worked for up until now will just be go down the drain, which is the only thing I don't really like right now. And it also causes a problem because this was their last day. They had to kill all the generals this day, and but it's visibly impossible for Shin alone to defeat all the generals. Only because I don't think the author likes Shin that much. So yeah, now what? Is Ouhon knocked out but alive, or is he just gonna come up to the ground and deliver one more attack? I mean, he wounded Gyuyun, even though Gyuyun clearly didn't really allow that to face him. So what I'm trying to say is, if Shin unit now reaches Ouhon, is it possible that Shin is gonna be there and now being able to kill uh, Gyuyun because Ouhon wounded him? I mean, Shin is not gonna like that. The fact that he managed to defeat an old legend of Sao just because Ouhon wounded him, that's not something he's gonna like. And again, we still have the two other Sao generals left. So yeah, I'm just wondering. This story can go anywhere else. It's pretty strange that Kanyu, of all people, try to bring the morale back. Because, I mean, he did point out, why did you go back for someone like me? Indeed, why did Ouhon go back for someone like him? But I guess it has to do again with the fact that Ouhon cannot be his father if he now is his son. Because he is not that ruthless. I don't know. You give me your thoughts if you have any.